Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you play a song called Whiskey in My Water by Farr. And it starts off with this cool little intro. And if you wanted to, you could kind of follow that lead guitar part by playing 5th fret on the B string, and then doing a slide to 12th fret on the B string, and then we go to 7th fret on the B string, and then do another slide to 12, and then we go back to 5th, and then back to 12, and then we go to 7th fret on the B. Might be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune. Or you could kind of play those same notes by using some things called octave shapes. So where you could kind of take the pinky for the 5th fret on the B, kind of take the first finger and go to the D string 2nd fret, and kind of try and almost mute out the G. So I'm using my first finger to cool angle to kill the G string. And you could take that shape for those slides, kind of that 5, 5, 12, 7, 12, 5, 12, and I'm kind of following the pinky for those notes 7, kind of just adding in that note to it. Or you could back that up with some chords by starting on a C major chord. And the way you play C major, first finger goes to B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, it sounds a C major chord and it sounds really happy. Now while you're on C's in general though, it can be kind of cool to lift the first finger, make that a C major 7, or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for a C major 9 and kind of say some things around the C. Or you could use another C major 9 by doing first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the A 3rd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd for a C major 9. Or if you really want to rock this out, you could use a C5 power chord where you do first finger on the A 3rd fret, third finger on the D 9th fret, or 5th fret, kind of a C and a G, kind of 3rd and 5th frets for a C5. And then from the C we'll be going to a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, it sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now while you're on Ds in general though, it can be kind of cool to lift the 2nd finger, which is always a dangerous finger to lift, and make that a D sus2. Or you can take the pinky, put them in on the high E on the 3rd fret and kind of say some things around the D chord. Or if you're digging on the power chord idea, you can do the D string and the G string together for a D5 power chord. Or you can do the first finger on the A string on the 5th fret, third finger on the D 7th fret for a D5 that way. Or another cool voicing actually for a D could be something I call D add 4, where you kind of take the C major shape and then slide it over 2 frets. So now I got first finger on the B string 3rd, second finger on the D 4th, third finger on the A string 5th. Kind of strum the A string to the high E string, it's kind of a D major, but you're kind of adding a G and an E there too. It's a D major 11. But so anyway, that's kind of D add 4 is what I call that. And through the tune, actually, there's a couple different strumming options you may want to play around with. On that intro, you could even kind of work just the C to the D chord, and that actually kind of becomes our verse as well. I'm kind of doing 8 downs on each chord, kind of adding a little bit of muting just to kind of make that a little sneaky. Or you could use a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, which would be kind of a slow pace for this tune, but just to warm up with that, you got down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So try that through that intro. You'd have the C, strum pattern I would think about through the song is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're kind of dividing our beat into two parts with our down, down, up, down, up. Kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an eighth note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the C and do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you're doing it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. Then on the third beat, you're doing it up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, down, down. Basically be repeating that for our verse until we get to our chorus part. And on our chorus, we start on the C major, and then we go to a G major. We play G major. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E 3rd fret, third finger on the high E on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for a G major. Or if you're digging on the power chords, you can kind of work it as a G5 by doing first finger on the low E 3rd, third finger on the A string 5th for a G5 power chord. And then from the G, we're going to be going to our D major chord. And then there's this cool little hit to an E minor chord. We play E minor. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds E minor, it sounds very sad. Now you may also want to add in the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, make that an E minor 7. And then from the E, or you could do an E5 power chord. Completely forgot about my power chords. If you're digging on the power chord, you could do the open E and the second on the A string for an E5. Or you could do first finger on the 7th on the A, third finger on the D string 9 with the low E string for an E5. So you could even work at this power chord thing. This could be kind of cool. Kind of C for 4, G for 4, D for 4, but then you may want to do E for 2, D for 2, and then you're back to your C for 4, G for 4, and then D for 8. So that's a little weird. C 2, 3, 4, G 2, 3, 4, D 2, 3, 4, E 2, D 2, C 2, 3, 4, and then at the very end we kind of have a C hit to a D. So you may want to kind of work that last C is kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, D. Or if you're doing the down, down, up, you can kind of split those chords. And this is kind of weird actually. For the C and G at the beginning, you could do a down, down, up on each of those chords to kind of split our down, down, up, down, up. Or you could do kind of a splitting of the pattern by doing the C with the down, down, up, and then go to the G for the up, down, up. And then this is the weird part is the D, E minor D to get that hit in there. So you want to do the D with a down, down, up, and then E minor with a down, D with a down, and we're back to the C with a down, down, up, G with a down, down, up. Then we do our whole pattern on the D. Then we do our C for half, G for half, D, down, up, D minor, D, and then our C with our whole pattern. And then you may want to split that C and D actually on the first chorus. This is kind of cool. It's almost like you do a C with a down, down, up, and then hit the D with a down. Kind of dig on that. So through that whole chorus with the down, down, up, down, up. You have the C, G, D, E minor, D, C, G, D, down, up, down, C with a down, down, G with a down, down, D with a down, down, E minor with a down, D with a down, C with a down, down, up, down, C with a down, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th note pattern, you could kind of work that way too. And this is kind of weird. You could do just the long down, 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 up to kind of half the chords from the C and G. Or you could split the pattern and do the C with a down, down, C, G, D, E minor, D, C, G, D, C, from there, then we'll be going into kind of our intro return, actually, kind of back to our C and our D progression. Now, one other thing I think about adding to this song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D for the bass, unless you're doing the D add 4, and then you'd have the A for the bass. And on the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the G, you'd have low E for the bass. So we tried that intro with kind of a bass down, up, down, up. You'd have the C with an A bass, the D with a D bass, and then that would kind of run into the verse. C, D, C, D. Or if you're digging on the 16th pattern, you can make it kind of a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. Tried it that way, you'd have the C, D, intro return in that second verse, and we're going into our chorus part. So we tried adding basses with our bass down, up, down, up. You have the C with an A bass, G with a low E bass, D with a D bass, E minor, D, C with an A bass, G with low E bass, D with a D bass, C with an A bass, G with low E bass, D with a D bass, E minor, D, C with an A bass, and then our C with a bass, down, and D with a bass, down. Or if you're digging on the 16th, this can be really cool with the basses. You could kind of work the C with the bass down, down, up, and the G that same way. Or you could split the pattern and make it C with a bass, down, down, up, G with the up, bass, down, up, down, up. And on the D minor D hit, you may want to do the D with a bass, down, down, up, E minor with a bass, down, up, D with a bass, down, up. Then we back to our C, G halving. Kind of how we have C, G, D with a D bass, E minor with a bass, D with a D bass, C with an A bass, and then you just kind of half the pattern for the C and the D at the end. So all the way through that chorus with the 16th bass pattern, you'd have the C, from there, then we go into a really brief solo that's kind of like a little piece of our chorus. We got our C, G, D. And then from there, then we go into our bridge part. And if we try that with our bass down, up, down, we kind of get to do our whole pattern on a lot of these chords. So we got our E minor with the bass, down, up, down, D with the D bass, C with an A bass, C with an A bass. But then we kind of have three big downs on the C. Pick it up almost like our intro again, kind of C, D, almost like a little chorus return. Actually, it almost sounds like you could be doing the 8 downs with the muting before we go into kind of our outro chorus. So then, if we tried that bridge with our 16th pattern, we'd have the E minor, hits on the C, and then we kind of sneak back in with that C, D, C, tag. Then we go back into kind of a more of like a full-fledged chorus kind of for our outro. So we got our C, G, E minor, D, C, C, D, for that last chorus. And then from there, then we kind of go back into our intro kind of for our outro. So back on our C, D. Now if you know the licks around these chords too, you know, feel free to throw them in or other strum patterns. There's a lot of different ways to kind of work this. Definitely some places for broken chords, kind of breaking up individual notes, kind of around the C and the D especially. And then for myself, I think I really want to play a G at the very end. Just kind of make people clap. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Whiskey in My Water by Tyler Farr. So good luck.